this is, and someone put out a video about Milky Way's ban on Twitch. So maybe we're gonna get some more information about why Milky got banned. Because I've not seen anything from her. I checked her Twitter. There was nothing on her Twitter to indicate why she was banned. So let's find out. And I'm wondering if he's going to also go into the other VTuber that got banned over the weekend. I forget exactly what her name is. I'm blanking on her name. But there was another VTuber that got banned this weekend that people were like, why? Was it Ellie, Alex? Okay, that's who it was. He was another redhead. So, of course, I am... Why are you picking on the redhead, Switch? Hmm? Anyway, so let's see what we got going on and see if how Twitch has stepped into it again this time.
So it seems like Twitch really want VTubers to start multi-streaming because it seems like another VTuber has been targeted by the Twitch staff for absolutely no reason at all, and it's becoming a really big problem now. Whenever I first covered the first issue to do this with Lucy Pyre, I thought maybe this was just a one-off thing. I thought maybe they just bended the rules a little bit to see what...
Oh, you sweet summer child. You sweet summer child. Did I just hear him say what I think he said? That he thought that the ban with Lucy was like, oh, Lucy just bent the rules a little? Did I hear that correctly? Because if I'm understanding him correctly, Gamer, they've been fucking with VTubers for a while now, if that was what you were implying. Now, he may not have been. I mean, he could just be referencing, like, Lucy's specific ban, and not simply streamers, or simply VTubers. And Silver, you can jump over a kick. Absolutely, you can jump over a kick. The more, the merrier. Come on over. You can watch on both if you want to, Silver. It's totally fine. I don't know. He could just be referring to Lucy's specific ban the last time, and not just VTubers as a whole. So let's take a look.
Or the outfit, you know, just to see, like, you know, what they could do in terms of just like banning someone for an outfit or attire or whatever. But it seems like there's been a big...
Hang on, I want to hear that again from Sprax so I hear it in context.
A really big problem now. Whenever I first covered the first issue to do this with Lucy Pyre, I thought maybe this was just a one-off thing. I thought maybe they just bended the rules a little bit to see what the outfit, you know, just to see, like, you know, what they could do in terms of just like banning someone for an outfit or attire or whatever. But it seems like there's...
Okay. So this guy is late to the party. And I block. That's okay. Yeah, okay, I'll move over. I'm thinking there may not be much on the other side of the screen, so I'll stay over here on this one so I'm not blocking him. This guy, I think, may be a bit late to the party when it comes to VTubers. Because VTubers have been getting banned for this shit for quite some time now. I remember when Mega debuted her new model and Twitch banned her. And there have been numerous other VTubers that have gotten banned because they showed too much skin. So yeah, this is not new. This has been happening. God, it's been happening almost as long as I've been streaming for the last, just over a year. It was not long after I had started streaming that we were hearing more and more about VTubers getting banned because of showing a bare fucking hip. And they weren't in the pools and hot tubs. And even if they are in pools and hot tubs, they would still get banned. So he's coming in late to the party on this, it seems.
It's been a big trend of VTubers getting banned by Twitch recently, and I think a lot of people have started to have enough because, again, it's pretty terrible. Now, this is actually coming from a VTuber called Milky Ways, who is a very big VTuber. They've got 160,000 followers. They're with Mythic Talent, and again, they had a lot of followers over on Twitch.
I was gonna say, 160,000 followers on Twitter, while wonderful, is not a metric of how successful you are as a VTuber. Shadows, it is just female VTubers. It's just female VTubers. Which basically means that Twitch is basically filled with the Twitch staff is filled with gooners who hate the fact that they can't get with the hot anime waifu girls. But I'm going to point out, because I always make this very clear distinction. Having 160,000 followers on Twitter is wonderful. It is not a good metric of how successful you are as a VTuber or as a streamer. As is, he was about to say she has a lot of followers on Twitch too, which again is wonderful. But to determine how successful you are as a streamer, you can't go based off of follows. It is views. It is what is the average amount of people that come to your stream. That is what quantifies you being as a successful, modestly successful, kind of successful, or incredibly successful, or not successful as a streamer. It's the views that count. So I will always make that very clear distinction because it is a distinction that I feel needs to be made. People always talk about, oh, they have X amount of followers. Yeah, how many people click the follow button, forgot about you 5 days later, and just never bothered to unfollow you? Success as a streamer is measured by views.
1,000 followers. They're with Mythic Talent. And again, they had a lot of followers over on Twitch as well. And yeah, essentially, they have been banned. This is over on Yeet saying another VTuber goes down at Twitch. This time it's Milky. Reason for ban unknown. So it's another one of these situations where we don't know exactly why they got banned. Now, Lucy even mentioned with her ban, if you guys remember. And the thing is, with Lucy's ban, no one actually knew exactly why she got banned. She even mentioned herself, you know, still no information on exactly why. So we're gonna have to drop that. We're gonna have to hope for the best on Tuesday. I love how Twitch communicates so clearly with its creators and has zero double standards. Truly the ideal streaming platform. And then also, yeah, you can see here, these are the outfits, or one of the outfits out on the right.
Yeah. This is her normal beach outfit. This is her normal bikini. This was the outfit that she was wearing when she got banned. It actually offers more coverage than her bikini outfit. And she was, as she says here, she was in the pools category too when this happened. So she was in the pools category and she was showing hip and they banned her. And they still have not told her why. That's the other thing. They still have not told her why she got banned. I have not heard anything yet to indicate that they have communicated with her what she did wrong in their eyes. Which is fucking insane. It's basically this is literally like abusive behavior. Yes, thank you, Leo. This is literally abusive behavior where a person gets slapped by an authority figure, and the person goes, well, "What did I do wrong?" And the person who did the slapping doesn't say a thing. And so now the person who got slapped is going, "What the fuck did I do? How do I avoid getting hit again?" And they don't know. Like, it's literally abuse to doing this. It's bad enough that Twitch is like targeting VTubers like this, but the worst part is they're not even bothering to justify to the VTuber in question here why she got banned in the first place. They're just like, slap, don't do it again. Do what? And that's that. Like, literally, it's abuse. And yes, but they continue to they continue to platform terrorist sympathizers and terrorist recruiters on their platform. Yeah, so if Lucy had basically streamed wearing this outfit saying to support a terrorist, or basically did an interview with a terrorist saying that they're just like Luffy, she would have been fine. Yes, Racked. Yes.
That she was using, and again, people thought maybe it was something to do with that, but it was still never confirmed by Twitch staff, and they still never told Lucy what exactly she did. Now, the same actually goes for another VTuber called Ellie, who I made a video on literally yesterday.
This is the one that I saw that she got banned over the weekend. This is the one that I saw got banned over the weekend. And I have no idea what she got banned for. No fucking clue what she got banned for.
Who has been unbanned now, but they also got banned for absolutely no reason at all. And this one's even more stupid because you can't even really find a reason why. You know, it's one of these things where it's like, you know, Lucy's was like, okay, maybe there could have been some rule bending here to say that this attire wasn't appropriate, even though it does actually.
No. Yeah. Fucking no. You have face cam streamers that wear just as skippy outfits as this. All of the OF girls that Twitch loves the platform that are on Dan fucking Clancy's home feed when he opens up the Twitch app, they're all OF girls, wear this or less, and they don't get banned. So no, there is no, oh, she bent the rules. No. She wore this in pools and hot tubs. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. By their own rules, she can show bare hips. I know. Dan Clancy, Twitch people, I know. You guys are scared of sexy female bare hips. I realize that you have no self-control and that when you see a sexy anime waifu's bare hips, you just start jerking off uncontrollably. I realize this. But by your own rules, she was in pools and hot tubs where you are allowed to show bare hips. So by your own rules, she was fine. I don't care if you have no self-control over yourselves. It's your own fucking rules.
She followed TOS, which we went through in the video. But with Ellie, it was just completely out of the blue. No one knew why they did this, and no one knew why this is happening. And now it's happened once again with Milky, who doesn't really know either what is actually going on with this kind of stuff. And, you know, this is reason for ban unknown. And it just seems like Twitch has got this thing against kind of VTuber.
And by the way, leave us not forget that there was an excuse made. I'm trying to remember who this excuse was made for. Oh yes, this was for this was for Tectone. When Tectone caught his 7-day ban, he tried to appeal it immediately, and he was told that the ban staff at Twitch doesn't work on weekends. And that's why his appeal for the ban did not process until Monday, because they claimed, oh, Twitch, the ban and unbanned staff don't work on the weekends. Guess when she was banned, chat? Guess when she was banned? Oh, look at that! She was banned yesterday, on Sunday. Guess when Hassan was banned? Oh yeah, on Sunday. And I'm pretty sure Lucy's ban was on a Sunday too. Yeah. Ellie. Yeah. She was unbanned on Sunday. Or on Saturday. Yeah. Twitch is full of shit at this point with this. Because they're talking out of both sides of their fucking mouth. So, and so now they're not only lying about when they'll ban and unban, but they're now like not telling streamers what they even get fucking banned for in the first place. Like Milky's ban, she put out on Twitter that it's a 24-hour ban. She's going to be back in 24 hours, but they didn't even tell her what it's for. It's like they basically just said, oh, sexy VTuber, ban. Saying his 2-week ban has been reduced to 7 days. Twitch literally doubled his ban just so they could reduce it to the original length of it. Wait, I thought, so Viper's, his original ban I thought was 7 days. They're now saying they're now erroneously saying that, oh, the ban was actually 2 weeks. We just didn't tell you that, so now we're reducing it to 7 days? That is fucking scumbag behavior. That is absolute scum. Yeah. Stephanie, that's what I thought. Like, that Tecton put out his original ban was 7 days. And now Twitch is saying, oh, well, it was going to be 2 weeks, but because you appealed it, we're going to reduce it 7. So Twitch is fucked right now. Okay? Twitch is absolutely fucked. And they're on the road. They are on the road to basically people fleeing their platform like crazy. Advertisers are gone, and Twitch is on the road to bankruptcy. Twitch is going down. We are in the downward spiral about Twitch. The only thing that's going to fix it is if every single person at the top of Twitch is yoinked out of that position and Amazon installs all new people in the top of that position. That is the only thing that is going to fix Twitch right now. All the upper echelon, all the people in charge need to be replaced. That is the only thing that will fix Twitch. There is no coming back for these people. Dan Clancy and all of his people, they have proven they are not capable of running Twitch. They have proven it. They have proven that they are ungodly biased, that they support terrorism, that they are very content in platforming someone who broadcasts terroristic sympathies and broadcasts terrorist rhetoric. And if you are an anime girl and you show a bare hip, fuck you, you're banned. Yeah, this is the only solution right now. Everyone at the top of Twitch, go. Get them out of there. Fire. Amazon needs to fire every single fucking person at the top of Twitch and replace them. Replace them with someone that actually knows what the fuck they're doing. That's the only solution at this point. And I neglected to say thank you, but Bolle from Germany, thank you for the follow over on Kick, by the way. My apologies. I neglected to say thank you.
Unknown. And it just seems like Twitch has got this thing against kind of VTubers at the moment, and it's pretty terrible.
They do.
And it's been a thing that's been going on for the past couple of months, but not to this kind of extent where, you know, VTubers are getting banned every single day. Now, I can guarantee you that Milky is only going to be banned for a day. You know, I feel like Milky is going to be back literally tomorrow and be unbanned, because that seems to be the usual pattern with this kind of stuff, is that they always get unbanned after a day and never told what exactly they did. And obviously, yeah, Milky replied to this saying no, or so.
And that is, and by doing that, by just seemingly randomly banning people for 24 hours and not telling them why, that's abuse. Okay? That is mental and psychological abuse on the part of Twitch. You're going to basically punish a streamer, not tell them why, and then say, and then do nothing else. That's literally abuse. They're literally trying to abuse streamers for reasons unknown. Maybe they want to get them off the platform, for all I know. I don't know. Maybe they're doing it to try and deliberately get people to leave their platform. I don't fucking know. But it's like, who fucking knows at this point? It's a really goddamn good way to get people to go to your competition, though, by doing this shit. By literally abusing your streamers, this is the perfect way to get them to go running to your competition. That is why Tectone is now streaming on Kick and YouTube. It is why Asmongold is now streaming on Kick. It's why I am now streaming on Kick. Because Twitch has become a completely untrustworthy platform to stream on. It has literally become an abuse. I'm not going to say it's literally become. Metaphorically speaking, because I don't wish to downplay this actually happening in real life, but metaphorically speaking, it's basically like spousal abuse. That's, not to try and downplay actual spousal abuse, because that is insanely horrific. The degree of spousal abuse is insanely horrific, but this is kind of in a way the same thing, where the streamer gets basically punished and not told what. So it's like, God only knows why they're doing it, and it's going to come back and bite them in the ass, and if they keep doing it, it's going to drive the streamers off the platform. It already is, and it's going to drive them even further in droves.
So Moo, they're saying, sending lots of love, Milky. What in the world is happening? This is from Zentrea, obviously a very, very big VTuber over at VShojo. And yeah, they said, thank you, Zen. Twitch is being very sus right now. And again, it's
Oh
really
yeah.
weird that this kind of stuff is happening. They're saying, not my girl Milky, free her. Obviously, yeah, that's Ellie, one of the other VTubers who got banned, saying, not my girl. They said, no, not Ellie, you too. Oh my god, bro, Twitch. I said, hope you get unbanned soon. It's from Matara. So there's some really, really big kind of, VTubers actually kind of responding to this and taking the side of Milky here, because it seems like there has been some kind of attack going on towards VTubers at the moment, and it's getting pretty ridiculous. I feel like, a lot of VTubers are getting fed up of being constantly banned over on Twitch.
Yes.
And obviously, I've talked about the other situations going on with like Tectone, for example, saying, the word whore over on stream, and apparently...
Okay, Drac, you may be confusing that. I don't think Twitch is taking 100% of the revenue of banned streamers. You may be thinking about streamers that have not received affiliate yet, because, okay, we're kind of going sideways off track here, but this is about Twitch, so it should be stated. Twitch is, right now, the way Twitch works is is it what Tecton said? Okay, I don't know about that. So if a streamer is banned, how the hell are they going to how are they getting revenue if they're banned? They also pull ad money passed to the ban. Oh, they pull the ad money passed to the ban. Really? So after his so they will basically garnish his ad revenue even after the ban is complete for a month. That's what you're saying. They basically garnish him on top of the ban itself. Okay, that's scummy as fuck. And you know what? I will guarantee you they don't do that to Hassan. Guarantee. Because if Tectone is losing money for 3 weeks from his ads, I want to know if they took ad money from Hassan when they banned him the last 3 times within the last couple months. Yeah, no kidding, Alton. Yeah, I mean, granted, let me make this clear, chat. When it comes to Twitch, I don't give a flying fuck about ad revenue. Okay? If Twitch wants to take all of my ad revenue, I don't fucking care. I don't make anything in ad revenue. I make at most $2 a day in ad revenue on my streams. My ad revenue is next to zero. So I do not fucking care about that. But for other streamers that were like Minstrel was making like $300 a month when she was still streaming on Twitch. And that is not an insignificant amount for a streamer just getting started. Well, Andrea, as pretty as that sounds, he can't disable ads. I can't disable ads. It is not possible. This is something that Twitch kicked in because of Asmongold. Because Asmongold never ran ads, did not do bits, did not do subs, Twitch was losing like tens of thousands of dollars every stream he did. And so Twitch basically is, for any affiliate or partner, they are forcing ads on every affiliated partner. They cannot be turned off. It is not possible. You can minimize them as much as possible, but you cannot turn them off. So that's that's why you get pre-rolls on Twitch. But it's not possible to turn them off anymore. Twitch has eliminated that possibility. So it's like, it's all fucked up. But what I was going to say also is another scummy thing that Twitch is doing, and yes, we're going way off fucking track here, is if you are streaming and not an affiliate, you can still use bits and subscribe to a streamer that is not affiliated or partnered with Twitch. The problem is, you don't get that, the streamer doesn't get that money. Any money that you give to a streamer who is not affiliated or partnered, the streamer will not get. It basically sits in like a bank, and the streamer can use that on Twitch. They don't receive it as revenue. So basically, Twitch is like double dipping for non-affiliated or non-partner streamers that get bits or subs. Think about that. The streamer, when they receive money from bits or subs, it doesn't go to their bank. It goes into like a quote-unquote Twitch bank that they can then spend on Twitch. They can't actually like deposit it into their bank until they become affiliated or partnered. So yeah, it's really fucking bad right now on Twitch. It is getting really fucking bad. They made it seem like, oh yeah, you don't have to be an affiliate partner to get monetization with bits and subs, except those bits and subs that you get doesn't go to your bank. Now, they did make it easier for you to hit affiliate, but it's still scummy as hell. It's absolutely still fucking scummy as hell.
Apparently that gets him banned for an entire week. And he even revealed the fact that
No,
recently
Leo, no.
he was supposed to get unbanned because he got his appeal, approved. And, they said, okay, you can come back. But they couldn't unban him because it was a weekend, which is absolutely ridiculous. And obviously it kind of shows you the absolute kind of professionality of the kind of Twitch staff.
Point this out, dude. Point this out.
Oh, they take the weekends off, so we're not going to unban you. I mean, it's just a literal simple click of the button. I don't think they have that many people to unban that somebody needs to clock in for the whole day.
Dude, motherfucker, point this out. Point this fucking out. Look at the date. Look at the date. This is a fucking weekend, my guy. Why are you not pointing this out right now? That Twitch lied. Look at when Milky got banned. She literally got banned on the weekend, gamer. What? Wait, no, sorry. I'm shit, not Milky. Not Milky. I'm taking a fuck, what's your name? Oh god. Ellie got her unbanned on Saturday. Ellie got her unbanned on Saturday, which is a weekend. That's what I was thinking of, not Milky. Ellie was unbanned on Saturday, which is a weekend. I'm mixing up my VTubers. Sorry, Milky and Ellie. I mixed you up. Yes.
Of the weekend, or the whole days of the weekend, to actually do that. And the same goes for it seems like they're not very professional in terms of communicating the problems that these VTubers have on Twitch. Now, obviously so far we've had no reason whatsoever, as I said, but the thing is, maybe there was something in the TOS, and if there was something in the TOS, then Twitch should be able to provide that reason to them and explain to them why, so they can avoid doing it in the future. But the thing is, they're not even doing that, which makes me think that, a lot of this is even more Twitch rule bending, and even more of this kind of like bending every single like TOS term to try and get them banned, and just avoiding telling them what the reason was whatsoever is one of the easiest ways to kind of avoid that confrontation and to avoid the kind of asking the question of why the hell did I get banned? When if they don't reply, well, there's going to be no problem because, again, they don't actually explain it in the first place. And obviously that is such terrible behavior from Twitch there. They're supposed to be a professional company, and it seems like this is getting worse and worse every single day, especially... They're professional, right? They're professional gooners. And that's why they're banning the VTubers, is they're professional gooners who get told fuck off and they try to slide into the VTubers' DMs and say, hey, you want to go out on a date? And the VTuber goes, fuck off, gooner. And they go, okay, we're going to ban you then. Like, Twitch is not beating these allegations that they're banning VTubers because they're gooning over these anime waifu girls and are getting rejected because they're like, no, I don't want to have anything fucking do with you. Shy Guy, that would be the natural assumption, but she was in pools and hot tubs, which is where VTubers supposedly can show. It's the safe spot to show hips, but Twitch is not telling her. Twitch has still refused to tell her why she got banned. Drowner, it's not just Hassan X. Yeah, and yes, that's enough. Yeah. The XQC, so Tectone was repeating what XQC did. XQC revealed that Twitch, for their big streamers, will contact them ahead of time
and say, hey, we've got to give you a ban. You know, what day, you know, we've got to give you a ban. And the streamer will go, okay, can you have it happen on this day? And Twitch goes, okay. It's not just Hassan. They will do it for their big preferred streamers that they like.
Whenever they, you know, start to pander and be favorites to some other streamers, for example, like Hassan, who, you know, is allowed to go on stream and say some pretty horrible stuff every single day and still not get banned for it. And even if he does get banned, he gets to pick which day he gets banned. He gets to pick, oh, you know, I'll do it on my day off. Oh, I'll do it on this day.
Exactly.
Which is pretty crazy. And then meanwhile, you got these VTubers who are...
And that they don't garnish his ad revenue. Let's not forget about that. That's fucking important now, because I was not aware of the garnishment of the ad revenue post-ban. Guarantee you, Hassan's ad revenue doesn't get garnished, like they did with Tactone or other streamers. That's amazing. Oh yeah, I'm sure he gets ad revenue out to Nashi. I'm sure, like Hassan, I'm sure he gets ad revenue. I am sure he does.
Well, obviously trying to do their job. They're trying to do, you know, this is their job at the end of the day. I feel like it would be Milky's job. Maybe they got another job. I don't know. But obviously they got 160,000 followers. I mean, I don't know. Like they are probably full time, or at least somewhat pretty reliant on their job here. And you know, it's one of these things where you're taking like the livelihood away from these people for just some petty reasons. And meanwhile, a lot of these other streamers are allowed to just go ahead and, you know, keep saying this like kind of stuff to do with, you know, all the, you know, just politics. And, you know, I don't want to get in too far into it, but you get... No. Hang on. There needs to be a distinction here. There absolutely needs to be the distinction here, because it's not simply talking about politics, okay? Simply talking about politics does not elicit you a ban. Okay, let's make that clear, okay? The reference here with Hassan is not because he talks about politics. It's because he platforms terrorism. He 100% platforms terrorism. She calls for the genocide of an entire people. She has basically called for the death of sitting U.S. congressmen. So that's not being political, all right? That is literally calling for violence and platforming and supporting and advertising for known terrorists. Oh God, they're coming after me, chat. They're coming after me. So, yeah, let's not, you know, it's not simply, I do need to offer a correction on this, is it's not simply for talking about politics or having a political stream. That is not the issue. It's the content contained within that stream beyond politics. Yeah. Oh yeah. He basically, I'm trying to be, we'll say, diplomatic in my phrasing. I'm trying to be more diplomatic in my phrasing than Hassan is, because I'm a better person than Hassan. So that's why I'm putting it that way, that he was calling for the death of sitting Congress people. He's saying that America deserved the attacks on 9/11. He's saying, you know, he's played terrorist propaganda and recruitment videos. He's platformed a terrorist himself, who that terrorist is now dead. Haha. And he has basically advocated for the genocide of an entire people. That is not simply, quote, being political, unquote. You get what I mean? You know, there's so much favoritism going on that apparently these VTubers have to be the one to fall for this, which, again, is just absolutely horrible, and it just keeps proving further and further that Twitch has a massive agenda against VTubers.
Jesus, what was that?
It just keeps getting worse and worse as, you know, the days go by. And I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, it's just one of these things where I don't think Twitch is going to necessarily change their stance on it, but I do think that a lot of VTubers should
They
consider
better if they want to survive.
looking into multi-streaming, looking into other platforms. Now, obviously, not saying they should leave Twitch altogether, although to be fair, some of them might be
No,
forced
Leo,
to soon
I heard it too.
if they, get banned. But yeah, I feel like people should start looking into, streaming on Kick, streaming on YouTube, things like that. YouTube streaming has always been pretty big in the VTubing space, which I think is actually pretty good. And I think it is partially because of how Twitch treats them and how Twitch has been over the past couple, of years towards VTubers. But, there are still some people, obviously, that stream solely over on Twitch. So I think, doing multi-streams, things like that, can fix that issue and then, stops that kind of disruption that you get from a Twitch ban. But at the end of the day, it should, it shouldn't have to be like this. You shouldn't have to resort to this kind of stuff.
No, it shouldn't.
It should be the fact that, Twitch actually sorts themselves out and doesn't ban people for such, petty reasons like this. Because, again, it's stupid and people, are going to get outraged by this. And I feel like, I don't know why, they decided to do this in the first place. I don't know why Twitch decided, they woke up.
Twitch's Trust and Safety Division is based in Egypt and is headed by a woman who was fired from her previous job for comments about October 7th. If she is more religiously puritanical, she may be deliberately targeting abominable Vtubers, but avoiding flesh tubers because the big boss loves them.
You know what, Delish? I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't care where the fuck it's based. I don't care who, I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck about the person's politics. None of it matters. Absolutely none of it matters. Twitch has a TOS. Twitch is very deliberately and purposefully abusing their TOS, specifically against VTubers. And basically, the head of the Trust and Safety, the head of Twitch, and everybody just underneath the head of Twitch, they all need to go. Every fucking one of them needs to be fired. From the top down, they need to have a complete change in leadership for Twitch. Every fucking one of them. Every fucking one of them needs to be fired, and all new people that actually know what the fuck they're doing be brought in. Okay? It's regardless, I don't give a fuck about her personal politics. I don't give a fuck about Dan Clancy's personal politics. I don't give a fuck about the people who are under 10 Dan Clancy's personal politics. If they cannot properly administer their TOS, if they cannot properly communicate to their streamers why a ban is taking place, their personal politics means precisely fuck all. Let me make that very clear. Their personal politics do not mean shit. It is basic follow rules, or proper enforcement of rules that they set, and they are refusing to do so. That it is literally as basic as that. They have proven they can't do it. Amazon, Jeff Bezos needs to fucking fire every single one of them. They all need to be gone. Every single one of them. Because they have proved it. They can't do the job and they're running Twitch into the fucking ground. Okay? Amazon needs to look at Twitch and go, you know what? You're done. You're done. You have fucked up this platform beyond all recognition. You have made, we're going to be bankrupt inside a year. You're done. Absolutely done. And then bring in people that actually can do the job. That's the only solution at this point. The only solution.
One day and just like, okay, we hate all VTubers now. Let's just go ban them all.
It's horrible in here. Well, you would not believe the things I've seen, chat. Oh, don't ever say where I've been. For those of you that were there for movie night, you will get that reference. Yes. For those of you that will join me for movie night on Saturday, you will get that reference.
I I don't know the reason behind that, but it seems like it is happening more and more, and that is now 3 VTubers on the list as of recently. Obviously, there's been many in the past that has now been banned over on Twitch, and it's crazy, you know. And I will keep this, you know, series, I guess, going the longer that this keeps going on, because I feel like this isn't even the last one, you know. With a lot of this coming out,
it won't be.
I feel like I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow, streamer bans is going to be on my timeline saying this VTuber got banned, you know, and it could be someone even worse. And I feel like Twitch is slowly pushing their luck, because obviously a lot of the streamers that they banned recently, for example, Ellie, Lucy, and Milky, they are all very similar in size. They are all very similar in
Theo, I know, fuck. I can't think of, I know Mega got banned on her anniversary. When I think it was Mega. I think on her anniversary, debuting a new model during that stream, she got banned. I think that may be the one that I think that may be the incident you're talking about. I think. But I mean, Twitch has been so fucking ban happy with VTubers. I imagine that probably a couple of them have probably gotten banned on their anniversary or their debut, and they heavily rely upon their ad revenue. I'm sure there's many of them.
In terms of followers, in terms of fan base, and they're all pretty big, but they haven't hit any of the big VTubers yet, like your Shy Lilies, like your Silver Veils, like people like that, which it would be interesting if they were to ban one of them, because it would bring even more attention to this kind of drama and to this situation at the moment, that maybe, you know, something might actually get done about it. But hey, we'll have to wait and see if Twitch kind of pulls the trigger on that one, because it would be very interesting if they did ban someone that has an even bigger fan base than some of these people. But again, it's pretty crazy. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, because again, it's crazy what is going on at the moment. And I will continue to cover all of this stuff going on, and to try and expose, you know, what Twitch has actually been doing in the background towards a lot of these VTubers, because many people can get blindsided by a lot of the Hassan drama or whatever that's going on and focus purely on him and the people that are against him. But also, whenever you think, you know, in the background with these VTubers that are being banned, it just gets even worse for the, you know, state of Twitch at the moment. But yeah, that's all I got, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.
Let's not also fuck with this. Lucy is not a small streamer either. Lucy has a fairly sizable viewership herself. So like you know, let's not fuck with that. They are starting to work their way through bigger VTubers. I don't know how big Milky's viewership is, but I know that Lucy has a pretty good size viewership. So it's like they're starting to work their way up. Hell, chat, the fact that I just raged and called for Dan Clancy to be fired, who knows? I may be banned tomorrow. I could very well possibly wake up tomorrow morning, open up my Twitter, and see on streamer bans that I've been banned. It's entirely possible. But you know what? You know what's going to happen when this occurs? It's only going to increase their popularity, especially if it's like a one-day ban. You don't think that when these streamers come back, they're going to be coming back to an even bigger audience? And even if I get banned, I'm still going to stream on Kick. This is why I started dual streaming, is I'd always talked about dual streaming on Kick, and, you know, I was hesitating because the platform has not had the greatest reputation of it. But Asmon and Tectone are now streaming on Kick, so you know what? That's giving him some legitimacy, and that's why I said I'm going to give it a shot. And so, you know, if I catch a ban on Twitch, I'll keep streaming on Kick. I will. And, you know, I'm guessing a lot of you guys on Twitch will probably, those of you that are not already over on Kick, you guys are free to come over and see me on Kick, because I'll still be streaming, as always. But this is going to come to a head very soon. This is absolutely going to come to a head. And again, if Twitch does not fix their shit, they're done in a year. At this point, Twitch needs to fix their shit, or this platform is going to be dead in a year.